In Chapter 6, we're going to look at the process of rendering. You may ask yourself why we need a chapter on rendering. We've been rendering all along doing test renders. What we need to learn to do is to output a rendering to files that can be accessed by someone else. We need to show this to our client. We need to be able to plan for our deliverables. And remember, you should already know in the beginning what types of files you will be required to deliver. Here's some of the details. We'll look at rendering still images. Still images could be viewed simply on the computer. That's what we've been doing so far. But once we close the render window, that image is essentially gone. We could be rendering for a website where we would need highly efficient and smaller size images. We can also be rendering still images for print. That's another process entirely. The rendering aspect is still the same. There are a couple of things we need to pay attention to. The resolution of the rendered image. The resolution is the number of pixels in the horizontal and vertical axis of the final image. The higher the resolution, meaning the more pixels horizontally and vertically, the bigger the image will be. We have to balance resolution between quality and efficiency. We also have to be looking at flexibility. Can this be used for both web and print, or for direct playback on a computer? There's a fair amount that we have to think about ahead of time and make sure we set up during the rendering process. We also have to determine the file type that we're going to render to. There are many different file types that 3ds Max can render to. The question becomes, which format can your client view? Is the quality high enough, and is the image format an efficient format for its intended use? We'll also discuss setting up render presets. These allow us to save the render settings to a preset that we can switch to at any time in order to render with a specific set of parameters. Then we get into animations, rendering animations. And animations, of course, is a series of images that must be played back. Again, here the resolution is extremely important. If I render animations at the same high resolution that we might render a print still image, it would be difficult for any computer to play the sequence of those images back at a decent frame rate. The files just become too big. So the resolution needs to be considerably smaller while maintaining the quality that we need to satisfy our customers' needs. File type is also important in animations. You need to be concerned with different file types. We can render to a sequence of still images, or we can render directly to an animation file. For example, that file could be an AVI or QuickTime MOV file. So we will go through the process of looking at the attributes that we will need in order to get a good, flexible, efficient rendering.